Sectarian violence has erupted in Kurram district in Pakistan's northwest Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province following the massacre of 45 Shia travelers by militants in Bagan town on the 21st of November. Since the attack, clashes between Shia and Sunni tribal groups have intensified. Reports indicate that at least 64 people have died in just 3 days, including 21 killed overnight on Saturday. Kurram has a long history of sectarian violence, often fueled by weak governance, tribal rivalries, and geopolitical influences. The region has seen a repeated violence over the years, making such incidents tragically common in Pakistan. Kurram is located near the Afghan provinces of Logar, Paktia Kosht and Nangarhar. It shares a 192-kilometer border with Afghanistan, including the historic Pewar Kotal Pass that connects to Kabul. The district's population, predominantly Pashtun, belongs to several tribes including the Bangash, the Zaimus, the Mangal, the Mukhbal, the Masuzai and the Parachmkani. Among these, the Turi and some Bangash are Shia, while the rest are Sunni. Shias make up to 45% of Kurram's population, significantly higher than their 10 to 15% share in Pakistan overall. Shias dominate Upper Kurram, while Sunnis are the majority in Lower and Central Kurram. Meanwhile, Upper Kurram has better literacy and economic development than Sunni-dominated areas. Bagan, the site of the recent violence, lies in Lower Kurram on the route from Parachinar to Peshawar. The Shia Turi once controlled much of the land in the Upper and Lower Kurram but are now concentrated in Upper Kurram. Persistent tribal rivalries and resource competition have fueled tensions in the region. British-era policies of patronage and bribery deepened grievances among the tribes. These grievances, coupled with land disputes, have persisted long after Pakistan's independence. For decades, Kurram was part of the federally administered tribal areas, that is the FATA or the FARA, governed by outdated laws until FARA merged with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in 2018. Three key developments in the 1980s during the Cold War era have shaped Kurram's present-day tensions. The first one is the Iran-Saudi rivalry. The Islamic Revolution in Iran in the 1979 led to competition between Saudi Arabia and Iran, turning Kurram into a proxy battleground. The Shia-Sunni divide deepened as both sides received external backing. Shortly after that followed the Soviet-Afghan War. During the 1979-89 Soviet-Afghan War, Kurram became a base for United States-backed Mujahideen and a refuge for Sunni Afghan refugees. This influx created a new sectarian and tribal conflicts, leading to the rise of armed groups in the region. And finally, there were the policies of Zia-ul Haq. General Zia-ul Haq's rule from 1977 to 1988 promoted Sunni Islamization across Pakistan. In Kurram, Zia used the Sunni Afghan refugees to weaken the Shia Turi, further escalating tensions in the region. Militant groups including the anti-Shia Pakistani Taliban, that is the TTP, and the Islamic State have exploited the region's sectarian divisions and lack of governance. These groups operate across the porous Afghanistan-Pakistan border, using the remote terrain to their advantage. Between 2007 and 2011, over 2,000 people were killed, 5,000 injured, and tens of thousands displaced in sectarian clashes. This year alone, violence erupted in July over a land dispute between the Shia Malikail tribe and the Sunni Magdi Kalai tribe. That conflict resulted in nearly 50 deaths. Despite tightened security and travel restrictions, tit-for-tat attacks have continued in Kurram. The region remains a flashpoint for sectarian violence with no resolution in sight. Kurram's story is one of the persistent fault lines, historical grievances, and governance failures. With violence escalating, it highlights the urgent need for meaningful intervention to end decades of bloodshed.